The other thing I was going to bring up, we all know, gentlemen, that DC on film has been a tightly run ship that's been really, really effective up until this point. They've got a coherent plan, and it's all gone great.
Amazing.
But there has been little rumbles that things may be changing, based on the fact that they fired basically everyone and recast all their actors and pretty much every movie that they've got going. But there's one which may be staying, and that is the one and only Ezra Miller, which I think is fantastic. I could it's probably easier if I just bring it up actually, so we can all share in it. Just give me 1 second.
Bask in it.
I mean, it has
Bask
to
in
just
the
be for this
madness.
movie, surely. Like,
Yeah.
we filmed it, we can't cancel it.
I mean, it could be an element of that. So apparently Warner Brothers is reportedly willing to move forward with Ezra Miller, because if there's one actor you can rely on amongst your whole lineup, it's Ezra Miller.
Not the one that everybody likes and wants to stay around. Nah, we keep the other.
Why keep Cavill? Why keep Gal Gadot? Why keep Affleck or anyone else? You've got Ezra Miller, who hasn't kidnapped anyone or assaulted anyone in at least 2 weeks, possibly even 3.
Hey man, just give it a week and it'll say, WB reportedly willing to move forward with Amber Heard. We're like, why?
Dude.
Like, we live in the worst timeline. But yeah, sources have told Variety that some Warner Brothers Discovery executives are still willing to work with Miller. According to the report, this is the best part. The fact that Miller has stayed out of trouble since they began mental health treatment last summer has reopened the door to Miller appearing as the Flash again in the future.
Man.
So all you have to do is not get arrested and not kidnap people for a few months, and you're all good.
I should have thousands of notes in my letterbox when I'm coming home in a week. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
In that amount of time.
It's an interesting one as well, though, because there's possibly an element of the Flash movie is still coming out, and if we just straight up tell people we're going to can this whole thing once this movie's out, clearly there's no incentive to go see it. But surely anyone with a nice and common sense knows that this can't possibly have a future. This character, this series, it's got to be done. It's a weird one.
I don't even know how he got cast as the role. This is a guy who's meant to rule the Flash, whose sole power is running fast, and he can't run. I've never seen anyone run like this guy does, with like a weird wavy arm out to the
they told him
side.
to do that.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen
astonishes me.
Have you seen the Batgirl run from the behind the scenes footage?
Yes.
That was on the Reds on Twitter.
Oh, when they put
someone
out
run
a
that
picture of her
bad?
costume. Like, did you see that earlier in the week? Her costume, and
The bat symbol was like flaking off her her top.
Yeah, there was bits on her legs, like the supposed armor that was like glued down. The corners of that were coming off, and I always thought, sort of, you can get kind of cheap cosplay. There's just skin suits that are printed on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, never really impressed with them until I saw that costume. I was like, actually, it's not that different from what Hollywood uses, because they just printed it on and then stuck bits over the top.
It honestly looks like that, where it's like she's got her underwear on beneath it, and then it's just like a morph suit or something that's been put on the top with printed on muscles or whatever, and that's all she was given. It's so cheap looking, and that's meant to be her final costume or like her final form.
And just will always remind me of that one porn director where people were asking, how do your costumes look so good? And he just tweeted out, it's like, oh, it's because I give a shit.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. I was like, damn.
I'll see if I can bring it up actually, just to give people an idea if they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It was the bat symbol that got me. Like, it's the centerpiece. It's what everyone's going to look at, and even that wasn't glued on correctly. It was the ultimate summary of just, we'll fix it in post. Doesn't matter. It's going to be CGI'd over the top of anyway.
It'll look like something.
It's like The Simpsons. There's a bit in that where they're talking about the movie industry. It's like, why are you filming cows as sheep? It's like, well, cows don't look like cows on camera, so they look more like sheep.
It's like, how'd you do horses? We usually tape a bunch of cats together. Yeah, there it is. It's just like...
Yeah, it looks so bad.
I hadn't seen the one on
man.
the right.
Oh,
That-
what's
that's- I don't even have
It's
words.
supposed to be a scarecrow version or something.
I
I
think
hate
so.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if a kid comes home from school is like, I've got to go in cosplay to school tomorrow. I need to look like Scarecrow. It's like, well, we've got 3 hours. Let's see what we can do.
Let's see what-
Yeah, that is rough. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm assuming there's not a huge amount of appetite for another Ezra Miller Flash movie at this point.
Oh,
Probably
it's supposed to
not,
be
no.
Firefly, apparently, that armor or that outfit, whatever.
Oh, okay. I just think poor Brendan Fraser
Yeah.
getting drawn into that. You deserve better, Brendan. Don't do it.